So, hello everyone and welcome back to the Novelist. I am here to save this family from damnation. Not really. Hello. You just going upstairs, are you? Stevie and Kevin get it. Who's Stevie and Kevin? Have you got imaginary friends? I'm inside your memories now. Hello.
Honey, listen to me. You are smart.
Oh.
Will it make me smarter?
Will what make you smarter? Have you been trying experimental drugs on him? Maybe the father's teaching him to write, in which case it would make you smarter. Being able to write is one of the greatest things you could ever be taught by your parents. Not to sound too uppity, but it is actually quite helpful in day-to-day life being taught to write correctly. This is them stupid books again. Stop looking at the stupid books. Look, all these things you could play with. Checkers, Chinese checkers, chess. Okay, that's really kind of boring. But, you know, they are fun for a family night. Dee. Where are you? There you are. Why? Why is it always sad? I don't think we're going to get through to you, are we? You're just going to be sad all the time. Okay. Now I want to go over here.
So important.
Hello. There we go.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
No! Don't snap at her! Oh, God, we were doing so well. And then you come along and ruin everything, Dan. Why? Why would you even snap at her? What has she done to you, apart from being supportive? Yes, you helped to do her promo things, and you had to do all the other stuff, but seriously. What is the matter? Why would you snap? You don't snap at girls. Ah. Dan, why?
Did it. Got it to Paul on Monday and just about dropped on the spot. Barely slept Sunday night, but damn it, I got it in. Abject terror is a pretty strong motivator. Linda understood, I guess. She had her own deadline, so at least she could identify, but in the end it was still a choice, and she didn't let me off the hook. Can't blame her, really. Sometimes you just have to make tough calls. That's why they're called tough calls.
So wait, you didn't help her meet the deadline, but you did the promo code with her. Not promo code, promo ad. Why didn't you do the promo ad with her? That was your entire thing. I found everything in Dan's memory. Sod off, Dan. No one likes you anymore. What are all these things in here, Dan? Can I read them? I've read those magazines like 80 times.
This letter might come from out of the blue, but do you remember when you told me about Bobby falling behind on reading? Looks like we're there with Tommy. We knew he was struggling when we came up here, but his teacher gave us a list of books for him to work on over the break and said we should see how he responded to the change in environment. She gave us a few sample readings and told us to keep an eye on how he was grasping the concepts. Tommy still isn't there, and long story short, the pediatrician in town knows a specialist who gave us some exercises to try. They seem pretty straightforward, but I wanted to write and see if you had any tips that helped you guys with Bobby. Damn. Just realized I didn't even ask how you've been. I'm sorry. This stuff is just a lot to think about. Dan.
He's been under a lot of stress, and you could tell that. Perfect schedule. Right. Eat plus step away. Right. Eat. Decompress, Tidit plus life. Tommy till 11. Knock off at 7. You just trying to rhyme now? The single unattached writer's guide. Dan has a lot of problems. Like, seriously. He doesn't handle stress very well or anything. Have to make room for what matters. I'm inside you. Haha. Before Dan even realized.
We barely
Hello.
talked yesterday.
Wow, you're right. I guess we've just been so busy.
You barely talked. You both did the stupid thing on the table. It's Tommy you should all be worried about. You're evil. Oh, Tommy. Where's your bucket, Tommy? Play with your bucket. You didn't play with it for like 3. Look, he's got a drawing of him playing with his dad. That's adorable. Oh, God. That's so adorable. Oh, I feel like some kind of Grinch. I should have let him play with his son every single day, but then he wouldn't have got anything done.
We just got back from the show, and I still don't know how I feel about it. The turnout was okay, and I did sell a piece. I learned a long time ago to never complain about selling anything, no matter how small, so that's good no matter what. But part of me also feels like the glass was half empty. The promo was okay, but I think the abstract layout was a little too weird for the paper. I really should have gone with more text. Then again, it was good of Dan to have helped with that part at all, so who knows how bad it would have been without that. I guess I was most excited to see what kind of feelings the show would bring back up, and it was just too half-hearted to know. Disappointment and excitement in equal parts. I still have some thinking to do.
No one's ever happy, are they? He had to work on the book. He's done it. Well, he's done a chapter. Now he can spend some more time with you and Tommy. Then he has to work on the book again. It's like 1 week or 2 weeks he has to work on the book, and 1 week he gets to spend with you. I don't see the problem here. You're just moaning for the sake of moaning. I've found everything. Bye, Linda.
It's so important.
Let's go read all their thoughts. No distractions here, just us. Don't disturb me if I open the door. If the door to my office is closed. Right, we're not having that. That's stupid. We commit time. The sounds work in my head.
Good.
The sounds work in my head. Wait, he made a promise about the beach? I don't remember making a promise about the beach.
No.
Oh, you're joking me. Damn. I didn't know he'd made a promise about it. That's really going to impact him if he's broke a promise. Hup. No! He's thinking about being bullied. Oh, his dad's got a lovely little moustache. So cute.
Look at this. Having fun?
Amazing. You're so good. I'm just going to explore your dad's room. That's the perfect schedule thing. I've read this. Don't need this anymore. I think someone's coming up the stairs. I'm just going to ignore them and read. Lonnie learns letters. Ages 4 to 6. 12 chapters of reading comprehension exercises. That sounds terrible. Who wants to do that? Boop. No ghost here. Okay, maybe a slight ghost.
Time. This would all be easier if I didn't ever have to sleep. Last night after Linda went to bed, I spent some time, there's that word again, trying to make everything fit. I even drew up a little chart. The math is simple. It doesn't work. Technically, I could still get in 8 hours, assuming I don't eat or need to do anything that's not writing. But what about letters, reading, dealing with Paul? Hell, what about doing the dishes or taking out the trash? Not to mention that knocking off for the day isn't like flipping off a switch. It takes time to crawl out of my head and start functioning like a normal person again. And I can't just split it up into smaller chunks. Sometimes it takes an hour of false starts just to get going on anything usable, and stopping just sends the whole process right back to square one. Something's got to give.
I understand, but in all honesty, if you're not enjoying it anymore, why bother? Leave it. Stop writing. There's no point continuing writing if you're not enjoying it. Yes, it's a job, it pays money, but in all honesty, why not support your wife? She wants to do art. Make her artsy. I want to go over into Tommy's room. Tommy, where's your light? Is it here? There we go. Okay, was there anything in here? There's another painting over there. They're flashing. I think I need them, so I need to get rid of him. If I make this flash...
It's broke.
Wow, you're getting older. I only just noticed. He hates reading. Okay. And he's getting bullied. I would imagine that he hates reading because his dad is a writer. So his dad's massively detached from him because he's constantly writing books. That's the reason why he's always upset. No, go away! Here, look at this! Oh, damn it. Why? Why can't you just go away? Anyone want to see this? Oh, I fell out of it. Sorry. I fell out of my light. There's no way I'm going to get there without him noticing, is there, really? I need him to go. Look at the pictures as well. It's a pity you can't zoom in on this. That is the only thing that I would say. I would like to kind of zoom my vision in, because I'm a ghost. I can go, ooh, zoom in. You know, cyborg ghost. Cyborg ninja zombie ghost. Are you leaving? Quick, go.
Barb, sorry it's been so long since I've written. Things have been hectic around here, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get things back on track. I don't really want to get into it, but we're getting pulled in a lot of different directions right now. Nothing hurtful, just competing priorities, I guess. Although those can get worse and worse over time. I mean, Dan and I, before we got up here, you know we'd started to drift. Look at that. I said I didn't want to get into it, and I did anyway. Enough about me. Please tell me you're doing well, and I hope this doesn't stress you out too much. I promise to write a happier letter soon. Yours always, Linda.
Oh, they're not drifting. Why is she constantly moaning about them drifting? It's like a few times that he's not been there. Oh, you can sod right off.
Come on.
Start this light. Really? Please, sort your kid out. Maybe if you just what? Search the house for more clues and read his thoughts for the final clue. Man said to do the Lonnie book every morning. Well, do the Lonnie book every morning. Well, learn how to write. That's important. I need to find Linda clues. Linda. Oh, they're in here. These are the Linda clues. Go, 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 go.
Dan
Read it.
and I had a good conversation today. Well, we'll have to wait and see if it was actually good, but I feel like I got my point across about family time. We've been getting a little frayed on the little things lately, and it reminded me of something Anne said one time. Love is a behavior, not an emotion. If something's important to you, you show it with your actions. We weren't doing so well with that before we got here. I told Dan my idea. I want us all to eat together at 7 every night, with family time after that. Tommy's wiped out by 8:30, so we'd get a solid hour and a half as a family, and then Dan and I could have the rest of the night to ourselves. And I think 7's a reasonable request. The rest of the working world knocks off at 5, right? It doesn't really matter what we do with the time, just that we spend it together. It's easy to make excuses when you've got a lot going on, which is why patterns help. I hope he feels the same way.
Now that's actually fairly interesting. So she made the schedule. I actually agree with that schedule as well. Ideas, weekly outline, where Tuesday movie night, check channel guide on maybe going to town. Channel night, thank you. Not going into town, that costs money. Good God, woman. Could be unemployed soon. Family dinner, too old-fashioned? Nah, family dinner's nice. Gets a lot of communication out there, unless you've got one of them awkward families where you all sit around the table in complete silence. Just staring at each other. The sound of just chewing. And you all just sit there. Awkward. Ugh. Anyway, picnic and farmer's market. Okay, the farmer's market is good. That's always a good place to go. You can get lots of fresh vegetables and all things like that. And I agree with the picnic idea. I have not had a picnic in so long, yet I remember how much fun they were. I do believe I've read everything in here, haven't I? Read her thoughts. Okay, where are you, Linda? Linda, I'm coming to get you. Family should have dinner around the table every night. Now, I kind of agree with that. They should have dinner around the table. And I agree with what he said, that when he gets pulled out of writing, it's like if you're in a good stream, everyone knows that even with homework, if you're in a good stream, you just do it. You do it there and then, because you're ready. But you're not. You sit there and say you are, but you're not. I'm looking at you read this book. This book right here. You're reading a book anyway. You should be upstairs working. What are you doing? This is time. You've got to be working. Okay. So what are we picking? We have the choice of Dan. Don't disturb me if the door to my office is closed. So we've got the choice of Dan being a jerk. Linda, family should have dinner around the table every night. Linda being concerned. And Tommy, man said to do the Lonnie book every morning. A general kind of nice digression, because, you know, he doesn't know what to do, does Tommy. He's scared and everything, and I think that's a major problem with him. Also, my FPS just tanked to 30 for no reason. That was weird. Okay, come on. Leave. Because I reckon we should actually go with Tommy. Because Tommy needs to do the Lonnie book every morning. I think we have to do Tommy and Linda. I know it takes time out of his like, work schedule, but it means every morning Tommy will learn to read properly, and every evening Linda will be able to sit around the table, and even if he doesn't want to talk, Linda can talk. It's nice. It's family time. Right, so I need to do your book, actually, which is in the parents' room, isn't it? Anyone in here? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're writing in the wrong room. Come over here. I'm burning. The light bulb's dying. Think you should go fix it. Bye. Yep, I want to do that. In we go to Lonnie Learns Letters. That's the sound it makes every time you open that book. That is the reason Tommy does not want to read that book, because, let's face it, that would scare the hell out of you if you opened a book to learn to read, and it just went every time. You'd be like, that is creepy, and no one is going to use that. Okay, so they're in bed now. I can finally read this. If I heard footsteps then. Anyway. From the desk of Harold Baxter, January 22nd, 1948. A final entry before I depart. The bank would no doubt prevent me from purchasing this house due to the inherent conflict of interest, but given its history of frequent ownership changes, I feel confident the mortgage department will be glad to have the property off their hands. I believe I can set up a trust or perhaps a shell company and convince Mr. Lowry that we must part with the property for less than market value. I feel certain I can appeal to his conservative nature. I believe it will prove to be a shrewd investment as a rental property, and I think I now understand why people do not want to stay for extended periods. I find myself unable to describe the feeling precisely, but in my time here I have found my mind drifting in strange ways, as if it was not always my own. But the natural beauty is undeniable. Perhaps shorter visits are a wiser use of the property. Yes, I believe that is a fine idea indeed. So yes, the mind drifting in different ways is us going around and shifting people's minds to how we believe they should be. We are basically a really nosy spectre. Still, beautiful artwork. What is this? What? I reckon it was Tommy. That kid needs a talking to if he did that. I mean, seriously. You do not do that. Oh, 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 you look so sad. Why are you so sad? Easy for them. No, it's not easy for them. It's easy for you. You good boy. You said anything else? Stay back. Stay back? Oh, you mean at school? Are you getting kept back at school or something? Hi guys. Just looking for Baxter's notes. I don't see any in here. None on the shelf. Guys, you know where Baxter left his notes? Anywhere in here? No? Not really? No? Come on, he always leaves 2. Is that it? The Diary of Claire Bradford, September 4th, 1961. We're here, so why don't I feel more excited? This was supposed to be fun. Just Roger and me, Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad think we're here with Ben and Laurie. But of course, that was just a trick. Nope, just Roger and me in this big house by the ocean for a whole week. I'm sad to see that there's no piano here, but I suppose a week without practice won't do me too much harm. I guess maybe being alone with Roger that long is what's making me feel nervous. Though why should that be? He's my fiancé, after all. If I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with him, I shouldn't be worried about spending the week with him, should I? Everyone has second thoughts before they get married, right? I still think we need to do her notes. But, yeah. It seems like I've been here for an awful long time. I've seen couples come and go. But more interestingly, this is being told from a family's point of view, not just a couple which are having problems. This is an entire family that we've got to manage and decide whether it's fair or cruel in what we are deciding. There's them pictures. They're really creepy, like that one, okay, but what the hell is that? That's like the scariest picture ever. It's like some kind of Slenderman stuff. Anything? Nothing. So we need to make a compromise with Dan or Linda. Unfortunately, I agree with Linda. I know it's going to affect Dan in the long run, but I agree with Linda. I honestly think that We're going to have to keep up with Linda's stuff. Linda, where the hell did you put this timetable? I remember reading it. It seems to have gone missing. Hello? Timetable? Where is this timetable thing? Woo! Woo! Is it down here somewhere on the table, perhaps? No. No, no, no. Where is it? This is confusing me now. I saw it on Dan's desk. I saw a little bit in here about it. It's not behind there. Where? Hep. Hep. Is it in your room? Laugh at me? No. I'm not going to laugh at you. That's cruel. That's what cruel kids do. And that's how, in the future, they don't get good jobs. Or at least that's what society would lead us to believe. There's a lot more kind of different information. I love this ensuite thing as well. I want this. I want a toilet connected to my bathroom. Just, oh god, it's so much nicer than having like a bathroom down the hall that you have to run to halfway through the night. Like, oh god, I need to run to the bathroom. Why is it so far away? Oh, there we go. No, I can't pee because I'm too cold. Yeah, that's just everyone's life every day. Oh, come on. How have I not found this? Do I have to just click on the table? Do I have to just... Is it just the table? Do I click on the table? Table? Aha! Yes.
And God said, "Let there be eating around the table."
What's going on? Oh. Oh, whisper my choice to Dan. Okay. Walking is just a wig. What's going on? No way to wiggle it just a bit. What? What are you thinking about? Also, why are they dressed in bed? Dan didn't want Tommy to start another school year behind, so he committed to helping the little man for 2 hours every morning. Having both of his parents there helped Tommy's confidence as much as his reading, and their morning practices became an event they all looked forward to. Dan couldn't find the time to knock off completely at 7 every night, but he agreed to have dinner at the table each night before heading back to work. Linda and Tommy missed him after dinner, with the sound of his typewriter the only sign he was even in the house, but they were glad for the time they did get at the table. I knew he did the right thing. Oh. Dan couldn't figure out a way to please everyone and still make room for the time and focus he needed to write. He was able to compromise and fit in one unbroken session each day, but for the rest of the day he worked around his family commitments and tried to make the most of the shorter sessions. The lack of focus came through in his work. Oh. Well, you can't have everything. And that's how the Kaplan's first month at the house on the cliff came to an end. It's come to an end, the first month. Is there more months, or is that the end of everything? Dan sent what he had so far to Paul. It went badly. Dan knew the work wasn't very good, and Paul echoed that judgment. He promised to keep the news from Grovefield for the time being, but told Dan that without a major improvement in the quality, the book might not be publishable. A few nights later, Dan and Linda got a babysitter and went out for a date, but they both felt like they were going through the motions and could barely carry a conversation. They knew their first month at the house hadn't gone well, and that their trip was not saving their marriage as they'd hoped. What would have been a pleasant night out was awkward and troubling instead. The next day, Dan made good on his promise to take Tommy into the woods and look for arrowheads. Dan had researched local tribes, and he regaled Tommy with stories of their Native American history while they got dirty looking for arrowheads at the site of Suslaw settlement. They stayed until sundown, laughing, digging, and taking the arrowheads home that Tommy found. Something like that, you know. They still had 2 more months on the coast, and their story was just beginning. Oh, wow. So that story's just beginning, but already you can see the difference in how everything's being affected. So this is vacation. It was summer. And summer was the time. Someone has turned off a few lights in the house. Lights that have been turned off cannot be possessed. Oh no. Oh no, what lights? Yeah. Yeah. Where? That light? Oh, they've turned off that light. Well, oh no, his light's still on. That's fine then. Ah, well. Oh my god, look, all these post-it notes. Oh, look, there's a picture of him, his dad, and the mum with a rocket ship. But anyway, on that lovely, pleasant note, we end it there. I thank you again for watching another episode. Leave a comment below if you feel the need to, and I hope to see you for the next one. Bye bye, everyone.